what a performance, what a masterclass from the defending champion and 11-time winner of this event, Lee Chong-wei, 21-8, 21-6. Next up is women's singles, and it's the reigning world junior champion Chen Yufei against the 2015 world junior champion, Malaysia's very own Goh Jin Wei. Then we finish with men's doubles, and the pair that have been world number ones until earlier today, Gideon and Sukamuljo, up against Liu Chen and Zhang Nan. So as far as the women's singles is concerned, this is the top half of the draw. And you can see that the 2013 champion, Tai Su-ying, the current world number one, safely through to the quarterfinal, as indeed is Sung Ji-hyun and Sun Yu. So this is the only quarterfinal spot in the top half of the draw to be decided yet. And two hugely talented youngsters. And I do mean youngsters. Chen Yufei, there she is, 19 years of age, won the World Junior Championships in Bilbao in Spain last year. And this young lady is only 17, Goh Jin Wei, won the World Junior Championships in 2015 when the event was staged in Lima, Peru. Beats Lee Ying in the final, so it was an all-Malaysian women's singles final at those World Junior Championships in Lima, and I see that Lee Ying has been continuing her success, just lost in the final of the French International Challenger event to Scotland's Kirsty Gilmore. So Malaysia are in good hands with these talented young women's singles players. Goh Jin Wei was actually the number one seed at last year's World Championships when this young lady took the gold medal, Chen Yufei. They were supposed to meet in the final because she was the number 2 seed. But Chen Yufei beats Phumthawee Chorchuwong of Thailand in the final. 19 years of age, as you saw. She's gone up one place to a career high of 12 earlier today in the world ranking. Now, she had a tremendous victory in the first round against the number 6 seed, a new world number 2, Pusala Venkata Sindhu. Had to come from a game down to win through that one in 1 hour and 8 minutes. Already been in a final this year, Chen Yufei. That was in the Swiss Grand Prix Gold event. Her opponent has had injury woes this year. Injured her ankle and has been out for 2 months, so good to see her back in good form, the 17-year-old from Penang. Same state as Lee Chong-wei was born. Has been as high as 29 in the world ranking. That was 1 week at the end of January this year, but currently down 11 places to 46. Now, I can tell you that one of her tournaments on her world ranking has dropped off, so she's now only got 8 tournaments towards her world ranking. So that isn't a realistic reflection of her capabilities. Qualifier in the first round that she needed 3 games to beat, Susanto of Indonesia. Actually had 2 match points in that second game, but dropped it and had to win through in 1 hour and 14 minutes. 21-17 in the decider. This is actually Goh Jin Wei's only 2nd Super Series tournament. Now, that includes junior events. When you look at senior badminton, the head-to-head is 1-love in favour of Chen Yufei, and that was at the quarterfinal stage of the Macau Grand Prix Gold last year, and that's the tournament that Chen Yufei went on to win. That was her first and only title in her 3rd international tournament final at senior level. Klaus Schlieven, umpire for this one.
On my right, Chen Yufei, China. On my left, Goh Jin Wei, Malaysia. Goh Jin Wei to serve. Level play.
So the Malaysian, far side of the court, Goh Jin Wei. Probably one of the biggest surprises at World Junior Championships, do you think, Steen, in the women's singles? Goh Jin Wei winning in 2015 when...
We heard news that Malaysia had a strong women's singles player, but considering that I think she was the first Malaysian ever to win a women's singles title.
Yeah.
It must be filed under the surprises, in my opinion.
Yeah. I suppose one of the big surprises as well, Steen, was when a certain Victor Axelsen won in Guadalajara.
Definitely.
As a 16-year-old.
Yeah, that was very surprising.
Service over. 3-1.
Had a little think about it, but fell back her side.
2-3.
I remember last year, Steen, one of Goh Jin Wei's coaches was talking about the fact that it wasn't ideal training conditions for her because she was still at full-time school education.
Yeah.
You know, she's only just turned 17 in January this year, end of January.
4.
Yeah, and that's probably right, but it's a fine line. I think how early do you start specializing and sort of try to make the game as effective as possible? I definitely doesn't have an answer to that.
No.
I know that, for instance, in the Barcelona Football Academy, they emphasize a lot on technical skills and vision for the game and so on. So they only practice 1.5 hours a day, but with super coaches, super well-educated coaches, so it's high quality practice. I guess the thing that you fear is that you burn out because you practice, if you practice a lot as a very young player, and I think it's also reasonable to fear that you sort of play as effective as possible from a young age. That could hamper your final potential as a senior player, because try to develop your skills as much as possible. So obviously that's a good control there.
Very good control. But I mean, as a parent and as personal development of an athlete as a person as well, I think education is very important.
Yeah.
I mean, I certainly wouldn't be the person I am today
if you'd had proper education.
if my parents hadn't insisted.
Exactly.
And I enjoyed the education.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, There was players who were playing full-time when I was still in education that were suddenly doing better than me. But, you know, I think for a balanced upbringing and development of a character, I think it's important. And of course, we've got players like Su Ya-Qing from Chinese Taipei, who's a fully qualified dentist.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, some will argue that she's not top 10 in the world, but she's certainly top 25 or so, isn't she?
Yeah, she's regular
Yeah.
on the Super Series circuit.
Service over.
And this subject here is very much discussed in Denmark because the Danish strategy is to emphasize the whole human being. That means that you can't get support from the Danish sports organization if you're not doing education at the same time.
That's interesting.
And in football and handball, which is very popular in Denmark, they now see athletes who drop out of education because they can make good money in football or handball playing from an early age. The problem is, what if you get a serious injury, a career-ending injury? What do you do then? So that's very concerning as far as the Danish system is concerned.
7-0.
Yeah. Like most things in life, it's finding the balance, isn't it?
Service over. 8-7.
Chen Jin. Former world champion, the women's singles coach in China. Oh, well taken, my goodness. That's very well taken.
8-all.
Good aggression.
9-8.
Good disguise there from Goh.
Service over. 10-9.
Slight hesitation, I think, from Chen Yufei. Back in the court.
And interesting that Goh is not afraid to play clears here. We've seen a number of matches where we feel that Goh would be playing with the drift, but she's apparently able to control it. Yamaguchi style service from Goh. Good shot.
So it is Goh Jin Wei who has the advantage at the mid-game interval. Just 1 point advantage. Well, you'd expect it to be close against the former world junior champion and the reigning world junior champion. It's interesting, Steen. I don't know if you were reading the same newspapers and articles that I've been reading lately, but Wang Yihan, the former world's champion and Olympic silver medalist from London 2012, was talking about, yes, the other nations are doing very well at women's singles at the moment, but she talked about some youngsters coming up in China, and she especially mentioned the lady on court, Chen Yufei, and felt that she had the potential to become very, very good and one of the very best players in the world.
That's interesting. I think I tend to always take these articles with a little bit of salt.
Pinch of salt.
Pinch of salt, yeah. Because, I mean, very often you get a polite answer.
We've got a challenge here.
Oh.
Yes,
Goh has challenged.
Goh has challenged. Here we go. What does Hawkeye say? Says it's a great challenge.
Correction. Out. 12-10. Play.
Yeah, very often when you're asked these questions, you come with the political correct answer and say, yeah, we have talents and so on. So sometimes you don't get actually the correct evaluation. I think she might be right that they have some talents coming, but compared to the ones they're up against right now, I don't think they have something that looks special. They have good players, but when Li Shurui came up, she sort of started dominating the tournaments immediately. When Wang Yihan came up herself, she was semi-finalist of the tournaments when Xie Xinfang came up. So we've seen a number of players from China entering Super Series level at a much higher level than what we see right now, in my opinion.
That's a very good point. Yeah, I remember when Wang Yi, oh my goodness me, what on earth happened there?
Always change your racket after that. So preserve self-confidence.
Yes, the first time I saw Wang Yihan, in 2 weeks at the China Open, followed by the World Cup competition that we used to have, also in China, she beat the world champion and the Olympic champion in successive weeks.
Yeah.
As I can't remember whether she was a 17-year-old, but she was certainly a teenager.
And there were like 6 or 7 Chinese players who were really, really good and could beat each other.
Yeah.
Of course, Zhang Ning, 2-time Olympic champion, and when she first emerged, she wasn't perhaps the brightest looking of the litter that she was coming up with the likes of Dai Yun as well.
Yeah.
And she ended up being the most successful of them all.
14-12.
But it's difficult times to come up as a Chinese women's singles player as well, in my opinion, because, I mean, a number of years ago, you got a little credit for what your compatriots had done earlier on, being so dominant, winning everything, because everybody thought, oh no, we're playing a Chinese women's singles player, that's going to be tough. That's gone now.
Yeah.
That's gone. Haven't won a world championship since 2011. Right? Yeah. Ratchanok won in 13 and Marine in 14 and 15. So they haven't won. They won the Olympics in 12, but World Championship in 11.
2011, it was Wang Yihan beat Chinese Taipei player in the final.
Chen Yufei.
That's it.
Yeah. So that sort of respect is gone. Everybody's taking their chance and giving it a shot, even if they're playing Chinese players.
Yes, and I think the the women's singles game has changed as well, because you look at the Carolina Marin, we had the pleasure of watching her earlier, and Tai Tzu Ying, the current world #1.
Ratchanok, the first one to sort of set new standards.
With new skills, adventurous style, going for the skills and the physicality and the deception that you talked about earlier. It's exactly the same as the men's game.
Yeah. So in my opinion, we are in a golden age of women's singles right now, like we had in men's singles around 4, 5, 6, 2004, 5, 6, with really, really strong players and strong characters.
Well judged, well left.
17.
Well, this is 5 straight points from 12-14 adrift. Now a 3-point advantage. Yeah. Goh wanted the shuttle changed. Chen Yufei saying, no, I'm very happy with this one.
Good shot. Very, very good shot now from Chen Yufei.
14.
Very well placed. It's almost, you can't characterize it as a smash. It was a smash, but it was just a very soft, well placed smash. Really hard to cover.
Missed it. Well, that's 9 of the last 10 points, you know, Steve.
14.
Yeah.
10-13 down she was.
I have to say that I haven't seen Goh play a whole lot of matches, but when I look at her here, I'm a little bit worried for her, and that's because of the knee strapping. Because, I mean, she's not the tallest of athletes, and she's got to be really, really good
14.
in terms of movement on court. She's already got 2 major injuries.
Yeah.
Can her body keep up with the women's singles demands?
Oh, that's delightful.
Game.
11 of the last
First game
12
won by Chen
points.
Yufei,
21-14. From 10-13 down. No, I'd love to know what Chen Jin said to her in that interval midway through the game. Whatever he said, it's worked wonders. Saying she's not the tallest of athletes. 158 is the stats I've got, which is just over 5'2" for Goh Jin Wei. And I suppose at the age of 17, she's not likely to grow much taller.
No, I don't think so.
Mind you, Yamaguchi and Okuhara aren't much taller, are
Court
they?
No,
one,
I think
20
this
seconds.
is the same as
Court
Yamaguchi.
one,
I'm
20
not
seconds.
totally sure, but one of them is 155. I think that's Okuhara.
Second game. Level. Play.
that's good control by Chen Yufei. Great follow-up there.
Missed it.
No, she's not well.
No.
She's not well.
Do you think
there's something with her leg, I think.
Is it the ankle again, do you think?
Ankle or knee.
Well, I know earlier this year, after the Malaysian Grand Prix Gold event, the sports director, Morten Frost, what's his official title? Director of
Technical director, I think.
Yeah, was fairly forthright in telling her that she needed to grow up about being honest about injuries and trying. Oh, she's almost in tears, you know. She's almost in tears, Goh Jin Wei. Of course, the emotional pressure as well when you're a 16-year-old. Or was she 15 when she won the World Junior Championship? Yeah. You know, you burst onto the world stage, nobody's heard of you, and all of a sudden everybody's expecting you to be the next female Lee Chong Wei and win everything. And
exactly, because at that time Malaysia only had Lee Chong Wei. They had no men's doubles doing well.
Yeah.
They had no mixed doubles doing well.
Service over. 1-4.
Again,
Service
look at
over.
that.
yeah,
I mean,
no, there's definitely
This-
something wrong, isn't there?
there's something definitely wrong.
1.
I can't work out whether it's the ankle or the knee.
I think it's the knee. I definitely think it's the knee. And I mean, playing on now seems like a bad idea, because what are the chances that she is winning this match? Let alone if she wins it, is able to play tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's just a bigger risk of aggravating the injury or getting another injury,
Yes.
because she tried to compensate for the one you got. Sad development. And she's only scored 2 points since 13-10.
Yeah.
There's the third.
Service over.
It's called good.
Yeah.
Service over.
I think it was a correct call too.
7-2.
Oh, that's right. Oh, challenge.
Chen Yufei. Challenges called out.
Chen's first challenge of the match. Of course, the 2 challenges that she was permitted in the opening game. You're not allowed to carry those forward. It's only 2 challenges per game. When you don't use them, that's it. Here we go. What does Hawkeye say? Yeah, Hawkeye agrees with us.
Of course, if you're right in your challenges, you can have as many as possible,
Absolutely, yes.
as long as you're right.
1 challenge remaining. 3-7 play. Service over. 8-3. Service over. 4.
Fantastic touch there. There's no doubt she's got great technical skills, great touch as well. Go. That drop shot had 2 deceptions on it.
Service over. 9-4. Ten, 4.
There is a very serious question mark in my mind, Steen, as to whether this should continue.
Yeah.
Given everything that you've said, including what you said in the opening game about education and, you know, what if you get a serious injury? The last thing we want is her getting a very serious injury right now when she's clearly struggling.
5-10. Service over. 11-5. Interval.
So 6-point advantage for Chen Yufei. What would you do, Steen? You know, if you're in this situation, do you actually ask the player and do you say, are you fit to continue? Or do you almost make the decision for them?
I haven't been in a situation with the player who's only 17 years old. I think I would make the decision here and say, hey, you're not playing on because this is too risky, and I can't leave it to a 17-year-old to take that responsibility herself.
Yeah.
Or himself, if he was a boy.
Yeah.
11-5. Play. Twelve. 5. Oh. 13-5.
It's just really going through the motions here, isn't it?
Yeah, and the thing is that if you feel an injury, not perhaps consistently, but at some special movements you feel that your knee is a little bit unstable, I mean, you simply can't disregard that. It is in the back of your mind when you play, and it affects your shot choice and your everything, your commitment and so on. You worry about what's happening here.
Yeah.
I mean, winning this match is out of the question, in my opinion. It's just about getting through it without getting even more hurt. If this was how she reported as ready and fit to play, then there's something that they've missed on the line. No challenge. Let's get on with it. Let's get out of here. Probably the way that Goh is thinking right now.
Well, I thought she moved before the serve was struck there. I thought she was wandering back on court.
I agree. I've noticed that earlier on as well.
7-15.
Still.
I'm not convinced by that
16.
attempted cross-court sort of block. This one, that's a couple of times she's tried that. I think it's the wrong time to try it.
Probably too low, the shot she's making it on. I mean, Yufei would have time to pick up on the change of direction that she needed to do.
Service over. 8-16.
She's nowhere near it.
No, and she sort of gave up going for that shot.
17-8. Service over. 9-17.
Goodness, desperation.
Service over.
She had the perfect position to judge that herself, Goh.
It's quite difficult for Chen Yufei as well. You know, she isn't that experienced.
No.
And, you know, when you're playing against a player that's clearly injured, you know, you've got to have that mental discipline to stick to your own game plan and not do anything completely different. Of course, you want to try and move them as much as possible, but you've still got to stick to the original game plan.
Yeah, and you become just a little bit afraid that you lose to a player who is a little bit injured.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, Goh is...
It's gone wide.
It's Yufei giving the points to her right now. Good umpiring. She wanted to change the shuttle. I mean, it didn't break from a serve and a clear, obviously.
No.
She wanted to break the rhythm. But Goh isn't going for the winners. Sometimes you see players that are a little bit injured or tired or something like that. They really go for the marginal shots and say, okay, I go for the 50-50 because I need them if I want to have a chance of winning this match.
Service over. 19-12.
few points away from reaching a second Super Series quarter-final. Chen Yufei. Only previous occasion was in Korea last year. That's landed in match point opportunities
20, match
for the
point,
reigning world junior
12.
champion, Chen Yufei. Yep. First time of asking. 21-14, 21-12. In the match lasting just under 36 minutes. Well, she looked to be going so well at one stage, Goh Jin Wei, that after that mid-game interval of the opening game, things fell apart for her, due in large part to this young lady stepping up her game. 21-14, 21-12. And she's through to a second Super Series quarter-final. So just one more match to come today, and it's men's doubles. And what for Marcus Fernaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo have been in during 2017. 2 tournaments played, both of them Super Series events, 2 tournaments won, the All England and India. They're up against the unseeded Liu Cheng and the Olympic champion Zhang Nan. Well, as far as the men's doubles is concerned, well, in this part of the draw, well, it's the bottom half of the draw, and you can see that the new world number ones, Li Chunhui and Liu Yuchen, who took Gideon and Sukamuljo's place at the top of the world rankings earlier today, are already through to the quarter-final. And it's certainly something I think that Gideon and Sukamuljo will be riled about, losing their world number one status. There they are in the red shirts, the Indonesian pair, down from 1 to number 2 on the world ranking. BWF Superseries